At the moment, the erosion of value in these sorts of companies, we see a deep dive going into GoPuff, for example, on the terminal today. How difficult is it with the changing of how their workers are assessed?
Yeah, look, it certainly doesn't help. So right now, you've got two different camps in a binary position, right? So the sharing economy companies all say, should all of our workers become W-2, we expect our operating expenses to increase by as much as 20%. So they've got a view that, in a business with already tight margins, they really can't afford 20% more cost. The unions will say, we believe that every single person in the sharing economy has to be a W-2 employee. The reason they say that is their main concern is, of course, members and union paying dues. You can't get dues from someone if they're not a member. They can't be a member if they're not a full-time employee. So you have each side kind of taking a fairly extreme position. The Biden administration has now sided, not surprisingly, with the unions. They issued a proposed rule at the Department of Labor about a week and a half ago that effectively presumes that everybody in the sharing economy is a full-time employee and not a 1099. So that will likely go into effect. So if you're thinking about the cost structure for DoorDash, for Lyft, for Uber, potentially for Instacart, whenever they go public, I do think you have to factor that in. However, there are some other mitigating pieces, which is first, if the Republicans win the White House in 2024, that rule likely gets rescinded right away. So it's actual, from the amount of time that it existed, so it got rescinded, will be pretty minimal. The impact should be pretty minimal. Also, the Biden administration, since they're just picking politics as opposed to the actual well-being or desires of the workers, they're going to find that millions and millions of people who currently work as independent contractors are going to really resist becoming full-time employees and joining unions because they don't want to, right? Yeah. So while they may say, of course, everyone wants to be in the union, of course, everyone wants to be W-2, all of the data so far shows that people who are in the sharing economy really value the flexibility that they have over setting their schedule, choosing what kind of work they do, when they work. And so that has to get balanced against it. So
Bradley, I think, just to interject there, I rightly said, and I've heard the lobbying go on. It's been going thick and fast in the UK as well for many a company that I covered over there as well, when you think about Deliveroo and the like. From your perspective, is it a useful use of resource of the companies you back that they have to just pay for lobbying in this way?
Yeah, look, unless the lobby expenses are greater than what you believe the total increase in costs are going to be for converting everyone to W-2, then yes, it's a good expense, right? So if you're talking about a 20% operating increase, your lobby expenses are, I don't know, less than 1% of that in reality. So it's not that it's not that material. Yeah, companies have to work on this stuff for sure.
Let's go through your list then. As a VC at the moment in this landscape, how high up does the regulatory concern come to you, or are you more likely just looking at the broad landscape of tech investing right now and being like, oh boy, the tectonic plates have shifted a bit here?
Right, it's a good question. So we're early stage investors, seed and Series A, and we look for all the same stuff as every early stage founder, right? Every early stage investor. So the founder, the TAM, the underlying technology, the underlying idea, all the usual stuff. Then at Tusk Ventures, we ask two more questions. One, is there a gating regulatory issue or opportunity that if it were solved could really drive growth and valuation? And if so, can we help solve it? But when the answer is yes to both, that's when it really makes sense for us specifically to deploy capital. So if you take the companies that you just listed, for FanDuel, we ran all the campaigns to help legalize daily fantasy sports betting. For Bird, we legalized electric scooters. For Lemonade, we got them their insurance licenses in every state. For Roman, we helped legalize digital prescriptions. So for us specifically, we need to see a significant regulatory issue for us to invest in the first place. Typically speaking, those issues come at the front end. So that impacts how we look at it. If we do our jobs properly, later stage investors won't even have to think about this all that much because we've already legalized the product, gotten the license, whatever it is that the company needs.